You check the license plates, open the door, and get into your rideshare. Most people think that is enough to stay safe. It isn't. Predators rely on your desire to be polite. Today, I'm breaking down the invisible traps inside rideshares and the exact verification workflow you need to use before you ever sit down. We live in a world governed by behavioral design. Just like airports use soft carpets and lighting to make you feel relaxed and lower your guard, tech companies design apps to make interactions completely frictionless. You tap a button, a car shows up, and you get in. Because it's so easy, you hand over your situational awareness. You step into a confined, moving box controlled entirely by a stranger. People are constantly distracted by their phones, and they ignore the reality of their environment. They trust the app, so they stop trusting their own instincts. But you have to remember, predators understand this convenience trap perfectly. They know you are tired, anxious to get home, and likely not paying attention. Think about this for a second. Did you know the app only tracks the phone, not who is actually sitting in the driver's seat? You cannot rely on a screen to guarantee your physical safety. To stay safe, you need to understand the most important threat detection skill in the world: baseline versus anomaly. Every environment has a baseline, which simply means what is normal here. The baseline of a rideshare pickup is straightforward. A car matching the app's description pulls up. The driver waits for you to approach, and the exchange is calm. An anomaly is anything that breaks that baseline. If the car is a different model, if the license plate is off by even one number, or if the driver pulls up moving too fast or aggressively, that is a massive anomaly. An anomaly doesn't automatically mean you panic. It means it is an information trigger. It means you stop, pay attention, and refuse to get in the car. Most people ignore these anomalies because they don't want to be rude or cause a scene. Professionals don't ignore them. So, how do you approach the car safely? You use the OODA loop: observe, orient, decide, and act. Baseline gives your mind context, but anomalies give your mind direction. Here is your new verification workflow. When the car pulls up, your immediate instinct is to open the door and say, "Are you here for Sarah?" Never do this. If you give them your name, they will just say yes. Instead, keep the door closed, crack the window, and ask, "Who are you picking up?" Force them to give you the information. If they hesitate, get defensive, or don't know your name, that is your anomaly. You observe this behavior, orient to the fact that it's a red flag, decide not to get in, and act by stepping away from the vehicle. Here is a tactical twist. Once verified, never sit on the passenger side. Sitting directly behind the driver is the safest tactical position. It puts you in their blind spot and makes it incredibly difficult for them to reach you. Before you physically slide into that back seat, there is a micro drill you must perform. Open the door and look at the inside edge of the door frame. You are looking for a tiny toggle switch, the child lock. If that switch is engaged, you cannot open the door from the inside. Always check it before you close yourself in. As you interact with the driver, remember the ultimate rule of situational awareness. Watch the hands. Hands reveal intent long before the face does. Facial expressions and words can lie, but hands rarely lie. Is the driver relaxed, or are their hands gripping the steering wheel aggressively? Are their hands fidgeting, or are they constantly reaching down into a bag or under the seat? Reaching behaviors or hidden hands are major red flags. If their hands are doing something that doesn't fit the baseline of just driving a car, your alarm bells need to go off. Once you are in the car and moving, do not zone out. Most civilians give every detail equal weight or stare at social media, which destroys their orientation. Your phone is a tool, not a distraction. The moment the ride starts, open your own GPS map and punch in your destination. You need to independently verify the route. If the driver takes a sudden, unexplained detour down a dark street or gets on a highway heading the opposite direction, you will know instantly. Again, you are looking for an anomaly. A missed turn is a mistake. 2 missed turns into an industrial area is an anomaly. You have to observe the deviation, decide on your boundary, and act early, not late. Let's recap the workflow so far. Check the license plates. Make them say your name. Check the child lock. Sit behind the driver. Track your own route. These 5 steps take 10 seconds, but they eliminate 90% of the risk. If an anomaly occurs and your intuition tells you something is wrong, listen to it. Ask yourself, why did this feel off? If the driver goes aggressively off route and refuses to stop, you are no longer in a polite customer service interaction. You are in the action phase of the OODA loop. Speak firmly. Tell them to pull over immediately and have your hand on the door latch. If you wait until the car is parked in an isolated area, you are reacting too late. You must execute your decision early. You are entirely responsible for your own safety. This isn't about paranoia. This is about discipline. When you use these workflows, you replace fear with confidence. If this breakdown changed how you view your daily commute, be sure to watch our next video. Stay aware, stay safe.